How to calculate material cost per unit? The purchase department purchases the material and incurs certain expenses regarding the purchase of material. While purchasing the material, they have to pay purchase expense regarding sales tax, octroi, container cost, packing charges, and so on. All the expenses are to be added to the invoice price of the purchase, and some deductions are made regarding the credits given by the supplier. And whatever balance remains, that is the total cost of material, and that total cost is divided by number of units purchased to calculate the cost per unit. Okay, this is the point you have to see in this aspect. Material cost calculation, that means cost per unit. You make the table. First you take the marked price or invoice price or list price. Marked price, list price or catalog price. You take in the inner column. To that you deduct the trade discount. If there is a trade discount, you deduct the trade discount, and whatever balance comes, that is the invoice price. This is called as invoice price. Okay, invoice price. Then to this invoice price, you add expenses related to purchase. Expenses related to purchase. It may be carriage inward, it may be freight, or it may be octroi. Purchase expenses. Then you add sales tax or octroi or excise duty. Yeah. Take the second point. Sales tax, octroi, or excise duty. And third is container cost. That means packing charges. If the packing charges is made by the supplier, you take the container cost. Okay, container cost. Container means boxes. Then storage charges. Whatever expenses you incur to store those purchases, you take the storage charges. Okay. Invoice price of the goods, then whatever additional expenses you incur on those material, you take in the inner column, add all these items. Add all these items and take to the outer column, and then you take the total of the outer column. This is cost as total cost. Out of this, you deduct if there is a credit by the supplier for the return of containers. For example, I will give you the example of groundnut oil, eligible oil. Okay, groundnut oil. Let us consider you purchase a groundnut in tins. Tin means a box. Okay, tin. Suppose you purchase 5 tin groundnut oil. First, the supplier charge the bill per tin, and if you return the empty tin to the supplier, he gives certain credit. That is called as credit given by the supplier whenever you returns the containers. Okay, I'll explain it with the example in the coming periods. You return the less returnable container cost, whatever credit the supplier gives. Then balance is called as total cost. Okay, this is called as total cost. In this way, calculate the total cost. First, you take the mark price, deduct trade discount, invoice price comes. In the invoice price, you add purchase expenses and taxes you paid. Secondly, you add storage charges. Okay, then deduct if there is any credit given by the supplier regarding cost. You deduct that total cost you will get. Then cost per unit will be total cost divided by total quantity. You take the total cost and divide by total quantity. That is the actual cost per unit. Actual cost of material per unit. In this way, you have to calculate cost of material per unit. Okay. In this table, remember in this table, cash discount should not be taken. you don't take cash discount in the table. If the cash discount is given by the supplier to the trader, the cash discount is given by the supplier to you people, then you don't take the cash discount in the cost table, because cash discount is not a costing item. It is not a costing item. It arises in the relation between debtor and creditor. Cash discount arises in relation between debtor and creditor. It is not related to cost. Therefore, cash discount should not be taken in the chart or in this table. Okay. In the note I have given, cash discount is non-cost item. So, not considered. Remember this one. In some examples, they will give you cash discount. Don't allow or don't take cash discount in the table while calculating the total cost. Okay, this is the point you remember. This is the point. Then I'll explain all the theory part and then go for the examples. First, I'll explain theory and then go for the examples. This essential requirements I already completed, and stock level I explained. Inventory turnover ratio is completed. Input output ratio is completed. ABC analysis. I was explained this point also. Always better control. What is ABC analysis? ABC analysis is always better control. Okay. Once again, I will go for explaining. Fixation of stock level means you have to fix the levels of stock of your godown. How much you have to stock, that is depending on the levels of stock. That is, what is the maximum quantity you store? You have to store in the godown. Minimum quantity to be stored. Average quantity to be maintained. Then, what is the danger level of your stock? Then, when we have to place the order for the new quantity of stock. That points comes under the fixation of levels, stock level. We will study in detail. Then determination of EOQ. EOQ means economic order quantity. Economic order quantity means it is the quantity to be ordered at one time. Quantity to be ordered means quantity to be purchased at one time so as to minimize the cost of purchasing and cost of storing that in your godown. That quantity is called as economic order quantity, and it is also called as EOQ or reorder quantity. Remember this. Inventory turnover ratio means it is the ratio, relation between how many times the turnover, your inventory turns, comes and goes out of the godown in a year. How many times you have to fill the godown in a year? How many times you have to fill the godown in a year? That is called as inventory turnover. Okay. Material comes in the godown, material goes out of the godown. Means material comes from the purchaser, from the supplier to the godown, and that material goes to production department. Okay. How many times you have to fill the material in the godown? That we study in the material turnover ratio. And input output ratio. Input means whatever we put in the process of production, that is raw material. Output means whatever we take out from the process of production, that is finished product. Input means raw material, output means finished product. Okay. What is the relation between these two? We will study in detail. Then next is ABC analysis means always better control. Always better control means you have to maintain better control. Always you have to control your material. Always better control means we classify the material into three categories: A category material, B category material, C category material. A category is a high costly required high level of control. B category middle level, medium level requires medium level of control. C category is desirable level, low level cost is less, control required is also less. Already explained in the previous class. Okay. Next is perpetual inventory system. Perpetual inventory system means you have to adopt the inventory control system. Continuous, perpetual means continuous process of controlling the inventory system is called as perpetual inventory system. Means whenever you takes in, that is to be recorded in the book, and whenever you use from the store, that is to be recorded in the books, balance is to be recorded. This is called as perpetual inventory system. Then issue of material. How to issue the material to the production department? That depends upon the nature of the raw material, requirement of the production department, and availability of material. There are so many points we have to consider. Then pricing the material. How to price? Already I calculated the issue rate. In that rate we have to issue, but there are so many methods of issuing the material to production department. We will see this. Okay. These are the points I discussed briefly, and in detail I'll take one by one. Levels of stock I'll take first, then economic order quantity, in inventory turnover ratio, input output ratio, and 5, 6, 7, 8. These are 5, 6, 7 are the 2 marks questions, and pricing the material is again 15 marks question comes. Therefore, I'll discuss in detail regarding stock levels, economic order quantity, inventory turnover ratio, input output ratio, then pricing the material. We'll discuss in detail. Okay. Then first point, fixation of stock levels. As already told, first technique is you have to fix the levels of stock. What are the levels of stock? First is maximum stock level, second is minimum stock level, third is average stock level, fourth is danger level, fifth is reorder level. There are 5 levels of stock. It is an important technique of material control. Stock level should be determined. You have to determine the stock level for each item of store. Whatever materials you store in the godown, for each item of material, you have to maintain the levels of stock, so as to avoid stocking, overstocking or understocking of the item. Whatever stock you maintain in the godown, there should not be overstocked or understocked. If it is overstocked, there is a botheration regarding deterioration, shrinkage, decrease in the quality and quantity. There is losses. There are certain losses. If there is understock, there is a problem to the production department. Therefore, your stock should not be overstocked or understocked. For this purpose, we maintain the levels of stocks. Okay. These are fixed by management in consultation with the heads of purchase department, production department, and stores department. 3 members are here. One is purchase manager, second is production manager, and third is stores manager. These 3 people together discuss and decide regarding the levels of stock, because it is not a one-man activity. In this case, purchase manager has to purchase. Purchase manager the purchases. Production manager uses that material. Stores manager preserve the stock. Therefore, these 3 persons have to sit together and discuss regarding the levels of stock and fix the stock levels. Okay. Then what are the objectives of the fixing the stock levels? First is to avoid over or understocking. Already explained only. Second is to keep store, to help the storekeeper to know the item of sending indent for fresh. If you fix the levels of stock, then storekeeper comes to know when he has to send an indent for the fresh stock. Indent means it is a letter of request for purchasing new stock. Indent. Okay, these are the objectives. Then various levels of stock. First is minimum stock level. Second is maximum stock level. Third is reorder level. Fourth is average level. Fifth is danger level. These are the levels of stock. The question comes on this. The problems comes on these 5 levels of stock. What is minimum level of stock? Minimum level of stock means minimum quantity to be maintained in the godown. Minimum quantity to be maintained in the store. That is called as minimum stock level. What is maximum stock level? What is the area or space available? What is the space available to you people? On the basis of that, you have to fix the maximum stock level. Means maximum quantity of material to be stored in the godown. Maximum quantity of material to be stored in godown. That is called as maximum stock level. And third is reorder level. Reorder level means when we have to place an order for the new purchase. Reorder level. You remember this. Simply I am telling. Reorder level means it is the level of stock in your store. Level of stock in your store. At that time, you have to place the order for the new stock. Means when you have to place the order for the new stock. When you have to place the order for the new stock. That is called as reorder level. Okay. Whatever material is there in your godown, that is taken by the production department for the production purpose. That stock reduces day by day. At what level? At what level you have to place the order for the new stock? When you have to place the order for the new stock, that is called as reorder level. Reorder level. Okay. Then average level. Average level means average stock to be maintained. Average stock to be maintained in the store. That is to be calculated on the basis of minimum stock level and maximum stock level. Minimum stock level and maximum stock level. On the basis of minimum and maximum, we calculate. And danger level. Danger level is the lowest level of the stock. It is the level below the minimum level. Below the minimum level. Danger level is the below the minimum level. If your store goes below this, there is a stoppage of production. There is a danger to the production department. Okay, there is a breakdown to the production. So it is a danger level. These are the levels you have to fix well in advance. With the discussion with purchase manager, production manager, and stores manager. Okay. How to calculate these levels? We see here. First is minimum stock level. Minimum stock level is also called as safety stock level, or it is called as better stock. It is called as better stock or safety stock. It is the minimum stock level. It is that quantity below which the stock of any item should not be allowed to fall. The storekeeper's duty is he should not allow any quantity, any item of material should not go below this level. He is to take care of each and every material. It is the minimum quantity of material which must be maintained at all the times. It is the minimum quantity of material you have to maintain your store. Minimum quantity of material to be maintained in your store for all the times. For all the times, that is called as minimum stock level. Okay, minimum stock level. Minimum level is fixed to ensure that production is not stopped for shortage of material. It gives support, or the storekeeper ensures that the production will not stop due to a shortage of material. It is the strength. Okay. And how to calculate this? The minimum stock level is fixed by taking into account of the following factors. You have to consider the following factors while calculating the minimum stock level. First is lead time or delivery time. How many days requires? How many days requires to receive new stock after placing the order? After placing the order, how many days or how many weeks you will take? That is called a lead time. For example, today you placed the order. Today you place the order. How many days it takes to get the new stock? That is called as lead time. For example, suppose you place today order and you will get the material after 10 days, 10 to 15 days. That 10 to 15 days period is called as lead time or delivery time. Time taken by the supplier to supply new stock after placing the order by you people. That is called as lead time. You have to consider this point. Okay. Then second point is normal rate of consumption. Normal rate of consumption of material. What is the consumption by the production department? In the middle there is a store. In the middle there is a store. Storekeeper is there, and storekeeper calculate the minimum stock level based on two factors. One is lead time, another is normal consumption by the production department. Normal consumption by the production department. I'll give you one example. I will give you one example. Let us consider, suppose you place one order for the new material. One order for the new material. And supplier will send the new stock within 10 to 14 days. 10 to 14 days. You will get within 10 to 14 days, you will get the new stock. If suppose you place order today, okay, 10 to 14 days. Average is 12 days. Okay. On an average, within 12 days, you will get the new stock. No doubt. Then production manager. Production manager every day takes on an average 200 to 300 quantity from the store for production purpose. Production manager takes material from the store. Production manager takes material from the store daily 200 to 300 quantity. On an average 250. Okay. On an average, production manager takes 250 for production purpose from the store, and supplier takes on an average 12 days. 12 days to supply new stock. Then when you have to, what is the minimum order you have to fix? What is the minimum order you have to fix? Okay. And third, you have to consider ordering quantity. Third point, you have to consider ordering quantity. How much quantity you have to order? Economic order quantity you have to fix. Economic order quantity already I told. Okay. On the basis of these three factors, you have to calculate the minimum stock level. Minimum stock level. when in this point you have to know clearly about the equation. Okay, every time required is, as I already explained, every time required is 12 days to get the new stock, and average consumption is 250 quantity. Okay, suppose they consume they consume average consumption daily 250, and average consumption daily 250 for 12 days it is required. For 12 days it is 12 into 250. I think it is 3000. 3000 is the consumption, and that is to be deducted from the reorder level. Reorder level means when you place the order. So equation is reorder level is equal to, sorry, minimum stock level is equal to reorder level minus average consumption into average delivery period. Okay, average delivery period. Average delivery period. I confused you people. First of all, it is necessary to calculate reorder level. First, we have to calculate reorder level, then calculate the minimum stock level. Okay, this is the collection from others. As per my knowledge, first calculation is reorder level. When you have to place the order. When you have to place the order. When you have to place the order means what is the maximum consumption? You have to consider maximum consumption. Maximum consumption 300 per day. Maximum consumption is 300 per day, and maximum delivery period is 14 days. Already told. Okay. 14 days is the maximum time required to get the new stock. Daily maximum consumption is 300. 300 into 14. 300 into 14. I think it is 4200. Whenever there is a 4200 quantity in your Godawan, whenever there is a 4200 quantity in your Godawan, you have to place the order for the new stock. Okay. Okay. Then there is a no problem to the storekeeper. Suppose every day 300 is taken by the production manager, and suppliers supplied the quantity at maximum delay. That means at the end of 14th day, then old stock completes from the Godawan, new stock comes to the Godawan. This is called as reorder level. This point I have to explain first. This is the point I would like to explain first, but unfortunately I explained the minimum stock level. Okay. This point, reorder level is to be calculated first. Remember this point. In the calculations also, you have to calculate the reorder level. What is reorder level? Reorder level means it is the point fixed between maximum and minimum level. It is in between maximum and minimum level at which storekeeper would initiate or request the purchase manager to purchase the new material. Initiate purchase requisition. What is purchase requisition? Purchase requisition is a letter of request sent by the storekeeper to the purchase manager for the purchase of required quantity of material. This question may come for 2 marks. You remember this. After completing this class, you rejoin again after 10 minutes. I'll give you 15-minute time. You take 15-minute time and rejoin for the next class. Next class is income tax class. Today I have 2 classes. Okay. I confused you people regarding this levels of stock. Once again, I explain from the point of reorder level. First reorder level, second minimum stock, then maximum stock level, average stock level, last danger stock level. In this way, I have to go, but unfortunately, I forget to follow the sequence. Okay.